garden. So we're doing a garden tour end of August garden tour over here. So I'm gonna show you what's going on in the garden. We have a few giant stuff growing in the garden. I'm gonna show you guys later on throughout the process. And so over here on this bed we have some water leaf, we have some anchia, we have flowers. Look at the beautiful flowers. We have some tomatoes that are also growing over there, and we have some anchia. You can see the anchia. We harvested some of the anchias already. We have some water leaf over here, and same with this over here. We have a few garlic that we planted in the spring. We haven't harvested it yet, but we harvested most of the other garlic we planted in the fall. We have some pumpkins over here, it's doing well. More tomatoes over there. We have some raspberry plants all over here, right here, and then one blueberry plant right here. So all these are doing well. The garden is doing well over here. And let's go over here. Over here we have some flowers. You can see we have some zinnias and marigold, beautiful colors. All doing well. Look at that. And there's marigold right here, zinnias. We have some herbs over here that's ready to be harvested. And over here we have some water leaf. You can see the water leaf. They are ready to be harvested. We're gonna be harvesting them soon. Maybe after the live, we're gonna see we can start harvesting some of these water leaf. More flowers, marigold, and tomatoes. Oh, I love cherry tomato. This is a ripe one over here. Let's grab one. I love cherry tomatoes coming to the garden. You get a cherry tomato like this. Just get a ripe one like this. Just toss it in your mouth. Sweet, delicious. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Organic vegetables in the garden. So over here we have on this lean to greenhouse raised bed. Um, we have a sweet bitter leaf over here. The sweet bitter leaf are doing really, really well. These ones we just recently transplanted them, and we harvested ones already. Over here on this side, we have our herbs. We have cilantro, basil, parsley, onion leaves, and a few other ones over here. And then over here we have giant pumpkin. Over here, you can see the pumpkin, the spread of the pumpkins over here. We're harvesting them already, and you can see the coverage of how it's covering some of the flowers and some of the plants over here. They are doing really, really well. And on this bed, we have sweet bitter leaf. You can see the sweet bitter leaf. The sweet bitter leaf is ready to be harvested. We harvested it about 2 weeks ago. They are doing awesome over here. You can see that. If you're liking the video, the live so far, please tap the screen, tap the screen. Please don't forget to share. Thank you guys so much. Over here on this little raised bed over here, square raised bed, we have some beautiful flowers. We have marigold. Over here on this side, we have zinnias. You can see the flowers. We have zinnias. We also have some tomatoes behind it. We have some peppers. Also, we harvested some peppers already, but we have quite a lot of different peppers over here. We have some garden egg. You can see the garden egg production is doing well. Quite a lot of garden egg. We also have some pumpkins. You can see the pumpkin is growing up. I'm directing it to the top of my rain barrel over here, so it continues to grow vertically. They are doing really, really well over here. Let's go on this side. Over here we have some raspberries and some grapes. And then over here we have our another raised bed where we have a lot of stuff. We have some garden eggs over here. They're doing well. We have some zucchinis. Let me show you guys. This one is ready to be harvested. I think we should harvest it. Right there, you can see the zucchini. It's a big curved zucchini right there. This is ready to be harvested. We're gonna try to see if we can harvest that later on. And we have some pumpkins. You can see the pumpkins over here. Pumpkins are doing great. So this one is getting closer to be harvested, but there's no rush for that. We also have some sweet bitter leaf in the front over here that we're growing quite a few different things in. We also have these herbs that are ready to be harvested over here. Some tomatoes also doing well over here. And then over here we have our lean-to, our DIY trellis over here. So the DIY trellis is doing well. The zucchinis, the pumpkins are climbing. This one was supposed to be for cucumbers, but the pumpkins have taken over the whole trellis over here. And then this one is for the pumpkins, and you can see some of them are still going up over there. In the front over here we have sweet bitter leaf. Sweet bitter leaf is also doing well. Like I said, some of the sweet bitter leaves are ready to be harvested. We're gonna be harvesting them soon. Sweet bitter leaf is a tropical plant that we use to cook sweet bitter leaf soups, or you can add it to as a vegetable to your soups. If you're cooking peanut soup or a goosey soup, you can add sweet bitter leaf vegetable to it. So that's why we're growing a lot of it, because we love it. We eat it, and we also add it to various soups if we need to. Over here we have more of the sweet bitter leaf, and these ones were some of the last ones transplanted in the garden about maybe 3 weeks to a month ago, and we harvested some of them already. Some of them are still to be harvested. They're doing great over here. We have some yucca plant over here that's doing well. Flowers, you can see the flowers are doing well. You can see the peppers are also doing well, coming along great. We have some garden egg over here. It's getting ripe. Look at the size of the garden egg. It's large, it's huge, and they're all doing great over here. So over here we have bitter leaf. This is sweet bitter leaf. We harvested it last week. You can see a couple of days ago actually we harvested it, and it's doing well. This is the first time we're growing it in the garden. We've been growing it in the greenhouse for a long time, but this is the first time we've grown it in the garden, because we were able to get some seeds from our plants last year, so we were able to get this quantity to grow in the garden, which is awesome. So they are doing really, really well over here. So over here we have this is our raised bed. The first major one for sweet bitter leaf is doing well. We harvested it about a week and a half ago. More of them are coming out. They're getting ready. These ones ready to be harvested. We're gonna harvest some of the ones that are ready to be harvested today. In this bed we had some water leaf just came out by itself from seeds that dropped from last year. So we have a few water leaf that just came out by itself. We just let it go, and we've been able to harvest it and use it, and it's good. The bed is doing really, really well. So last year I did this hoop over here. This was the to prolong the growing of the vegetables in this. So last year we covered it, and we were able to prolong our growing in this for about 2-3 weeks without putting any heat in there. So we're gonna try to do the same this year. So we just pulled out in the spring. We pulled out the plastic and just store it. So we're gonna be bringing it back very soon, because the temperature already started going down. So that's what we're gonna do, so to prolong the growth in this garden bed. If we can get an extra harvest, that would be awesome. So over here we're growing quite a few different things in containers. We have some peppers. Look at the peppers. Growing peppers in containers over here, 5-gallon containers. We have garden egg over here. It's doing well. We have more peppers over here. We harvested quite a few of these peppers already this week, and you can see the peppers are doing well. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Tap the screen, hit the like button if you're liking the live and or the video. Please don't forget to share and comment below. Let me know what you think about the garden below. Thank you guys so much. So over here we have some other bell peppers. This one looks like it was hit by something, but these ones are doing well. They're awesome. Over here we have more sweet bitter leaf. We're growing them in containers. We have some yucca plants over here. These are mint, chocolate mint right here, and then the rest of them mostly water leaf, herbs, and sweet bitter leaf. So they're all doing well over here. This bed over here is mainly for water leaf. Some of them are ready to be harvested. We're gonna be harvesting some of them very soon. You can see they're They are doing really, really well. We have some tiny ones that are still coming out. So we have some weeds that are also trying to come out here. But the bed is doing really, really well. Look at that over here. These are garden eggs. The garden eggs are doing well. So let's go over here. Let me show you the giant. So this is, look at that. Look at the giant zucchini we have in the garden. This is, look at the size of that. This is a giant zucchini. Zucchini is large. It's, look at, right now I'll say it's close to maybe 15 inches long. So, and it's coming along. So tap the screen, hit the like button, share the video. Thank you guys so much for the likes. And also over here we have some, look at the cherry, look at the production on the tomatoes over here. The production is huge, huge production, and they're all doing well. So over here we have anchia. This bed was mainly for anchia, and then I added this zucchini over here. You can see we harvested the anchia already once, and it's still producing. So hopefully we're gonna be able to harvest it again, maybe in like a week or a week and a half. And then down here we have water leaf and onion leaves over here. The water leaves are doing great. We have some flowers. Look at the flowers right here. Beautiful flowers. We have water leaf over here. We harvested some corn already. More flowers. Look at bee. Somebody's at work right there. Then over here we have more water leaf. This is a bed where we had our onions. We harvested the onions, and then we have some water leaf and sweet bitter leaf over here. Look at some weeds just coming out. So we have some water leaf and sweet bitter leaf, and this is green right here. If you guys have been following me, this is green vegetable. These ones have gone to seed, so we're gonna try to see if we can save the seed. We are not gonna plant it in the garden because it comes out by itself, but I know a couple of viewers were looking for the seeds, so we're gonna see if we can harvest the seeds and put it in our seed shop. So anybody interested in water leaf seeds or green seeds, we might be able to they might be able to get it in our seed shop. So down here we have pumpkins, we have water leaf, we have peppers. Peppers are doing well. We have a lot of peppers in the garden this year. Peppers are doing well. Pumpkins and tomatoes over here, they're doing well. And then over here, this is our tomato raised bed over here. And so on this end of the tomato raised bed, we have some flowers, and then mostly we have garden. Look at the garden eggs. Look at the garden eggs right here. Just two of them are ripe already. I'm gonna be harvesting them later on. Two of them are ripe, and they're ready to go. We have some flowers, so we're gonna harvest the flower seeds to get seeds for. Got flower seeds right here. Gonna be harvesting them soon. And then we have a lot of garden egg. So what I did with the raised bed is that I put the tomatoes in the middle, and then on each side I'm growing separate things. I have some flowers and herbs, but I'm growing, like over here on this side, I'm growing sweet bitter leaf. You can see I'm growing sweet bitter leaf on this side, and then on the other side I'm growing water leaf. You can see the other side over there. I'm growing water leaf, and they are doing well. They're producing very well. This bed is doing really, really well. So what I did at the beginning of the season is just put a lot of compost on the bed, and also every couple of weeks I'm watering it with compost tea, which provided all the nutrients that it needs. So there's a lot of production. We harvested quite a lot of tomatoes yesterday, so it's dying down usually because the change in temperature and weather, and also blight. Some of them are dying down, so you can see the production. Look at the cherry tomatoes just going up and up and up. So it's doing really, really good. Let me grab this ripe cherry tomato right here. So that's awesome. So that is what we have over here. We have some herbs over here. We have some flowers. Look at the flowers. And marigolds are good for the garden because it helps attract beneficial pests, and also deter some of the non-beneficial pests in your garden, especially if you grow vegetables and tomatoes like this. So you can see. And over here, this is our fabric raised bed. Fabric raised bed is doing well. We've had this fabric raised bed for maybe 5 years now, and it's been doing really well. So it has like 8 different slots, and you can grow 8 different things or 10 different things. That's all up to you. So each one of the slots can hold up to 30 gallons of soil or potting mix. So you can see the production on it. Every year we just add a little bit of compost to it before we plant. You can see this is over here. We have on this fabric raised bed. We have it in our shop. If you are interested in something like this, I'll see if I can put the link below. But we have water leaf over here. We have huckleberries over here. We have herbs. This one section is only herbs and a lot of production. This is ready to be harvested. We're going to try to see if we can harvest it in the next couple of days. Just a lot of production in one of these sections of the bed. Over here we have water leaf. One section, this section we have anchia, and this other section we have sweet bitter leaf. So there's a lot of production. If you're thinking of just starting a garden and you don't want to build a wooden raised bed like this, you buy this, put it in a nice sunny location, fill it up, and you're good to go. You can plant whatever vegetables, herbs, or flowers you want, and you get good production of it. Just make sure that you consistently water it, and you're good to go. So that is what we have on this bed over here. Over here we have some containers. We're growing in some containers. So we have huckleberries over here. Huckleberries are doing great. Over here we have some tomatoes. That's also doing well. Look at the tomatoes. This is a different variety. I can't remember the name for this variety, but I'll check it out later on. So over here we have sweet bitter leaf. We're growing them in this half 50-gallon containers, and they're all doing well over here. Down here we have okra. This is carrots. We have carrots. These are carrots that we're growing 2 containers over here, and more carrots in 3 containers over here. So the carrots are almost ready to be harvested. So hopefully, maybe in a couple of weeks we should be able to harvest it. Let me see if I can pull one. You can see this one's already coming out without me even pulling it out. So let's see. This one looks a little bit. Look at that. So carrots. So that is it. So I think we still have a couple of weeks. We're gonna be able to harvest them, and which is awesome. So the rest of the containers over here, we're growing sweet bitter leaf. These ones, like I said, we're gonna be harvesting it either today or tomorrow. These containers we're growing water leaf. In these containers here we have some bell peppers. Bell peppers are doing great. We harvested quite a few last week from these containers, and there's more coming out, which is awesome. So this is sweet bitter leaf over here, and over here on this bed is water leaf bed. So apart from the flowers we have over here, look at the color brightness of the zinnia flower over here, and the pepper we have over here. Look at the pepper. Quite a few different peppers doing well, but the rest of the bed is water leaf. The water leaf is doing great. We're gonna be harvesting the water leaf today. We harvested it 2 weeks ago, and it's ready to be harvested again. Over here we have more flowers and more zinnias over here. Beautiful color. These are herbs right here. That's awesome. And then we have sweet bitter leaf in this bed right here. This one was harvested about 2 weeks ago, and then there's more coming out. Hopefully next week we should be able to harvest this, or harvest some of them. And then we have some recently transplanted ones that we growing them in these containers over here. They look awesome. Look at this pepper production here. Look at the amount of production we're getting from this one plant. It's just overflowing with pepper. And then we have garden eggs over there. That's also doing well. Then we go over here. So over here on the side of the bed, let's go with this one first. This is water leaf. We're growing water leaf over here. The water leaf is doing well. Like I said, we're gonna be harvesting some of these water leaf today. The flowers, more flowers up here. And then look at this is broccoli. Broccoli is doing well. So we just gonna let it go a little bit so that we can get a little bit more production. You can see more broccolis coming out on the sides. So we have about 3 plants of broccolis over here, and then over here is kale. We have this is our kale plants from last year. They're coming along great. We harvested about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. More of them are coming out, which is awesome. And so the kale in the summer, beginning of summer, a lot of them were producing flowers like these because they prefer the colder temperature like in the fall and in the spring. So I cut all the heads and they went back to producing some leaves, even though not as much as they would do in the spring or in the fall. But that's okay. Fall is coming. We're going to be able to get a lot of production from them. So over here we had our cabbages, and we also have some anchia and okra. We harvested the cabbages yesterday. If you guys see my short that the video that I posted yesterday, we harvested the cabbage because we had some animals started eating one, so we just decided to harvest all of them. And so I just think we have just 1 or 2 left in the garden. But you can see this okra is doing well. Have a lot of okra production. We harvested some okra yesterday. We harvested some of these anchia last week. It's coming along great. You can see the weeds are also already taking part of the taking some size of the this garden over here with no weed barrier, and I didn't put in the grass clippings to cover the weeds as usual, but I'm gonna cover it with the weed barrier next year. All the whole garden is gonna be covered. So we have some tomatoes doing well over here. We have another garden egg, something I'm gonna have to try to spray this. We have some, I think it's fungi or something attacking it. So this is the only cabbage, at least one of the 2 or 3 cabbages left that we did not harvested yesterday. We have more tomatoes over here, pumpkins, more pumpkins over here, doing well. Cabbage is the other cabbage right there. We have huckleberries also underneath here. We have tomatoes, you have flowers. You can see this. See, more pumpkins doing well. We got tomatoes in the back. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So we planted the pumpkins on this wall over here so that it climbs the wall and at least uses less space in the garden itself, vertical gardening. So what I'm gonna do next year is maybe put one pole over here, and just put a couple of strings across so that way it can continue going up, because right now the fence is not high enough for the plants to go up as high as it should be. So over here on this bed we have some huckleberries and some weeds that I've just taken over the bed. Same with this bed, we have some huckleberries over here. The huckleberries are doing well. We're gonna try to harvest some of them today or this week. More huckleberries over here. We have some more huckleberries and tomatoes, pumpkins over here. And then we have zucchini over here. So this is another zucchini that's coming along. You can see yellow zucchini. And let me check the other. And this is the zucchini all the way from here. This is another zucchini we harvested. Some large zucchinis from this last week. Right now, this one hasn't produced or set any new fruits. And then this bed over here is mostly huckleberries. So for the huckleberries, we eat mostly the leaves. We don't eat the huckleberries fruits like this. We don't eat them because they are very bitter. So we grow the huckleberries mostly for the leaves. We use the leaves to make huckleberry soups, and you can add them to any other soups that you like. And so that's why we grow a lot of the huckleberries. We grow them for the leaves. And down here we have more huckleberries. You can see right here. We have more huckleberries over here. These ones are ready to be harvested. And then on this side we have potatoes. You can see this side is empty right now. You can see the potatoes are drying up. Potatoes are ready to be harvested. So this week or next week we're gonna try to see if we can harvest all the potatoes. In between the potatoes we have some huckleberries, we have some pumpkins, and mostly over here huckleberries and some spinach over here. So we're gonna harvest some of this spinach. We use the spinach to make smoothies, or add to our smoothies, especially in the summer like this. And then this is the most recent raised bed I just made. If you guys saw my short video, did this raised bed last week, and I transplanted some late seeds that came out. The sweet bitter leaf, they came out a little bit late, so I just transplanted them over here. So we're gonna be able to at least, I'm hoping we're gonna be able to harvest it at least twice before the cold weather comes in and takes over. But that's a recent addition to the garden. This raised bed right here. Check out that short video that I posted on how I made the full video is coming up soon on how I made it and what I did to improve the raised bed and improve the protection on the raised bed. So like I said, this garden is doing well. We have a lot of stuff going on. Let's go over here and I'll show you guys. Over here we have our pear tree right here is doing okay. And then over here on this side we have more kale. We have some kale over here. Kale is doing well. We moved some of the new kale from this year. We put all of them over here because of the canopy over here. Kale does better in the fall and in the spring. So I said maybe in the summer it might do better over here with the canopy. So it's coming along. Not something to write home about, but it's okay. We're gonna see with the fall coming up when all these leaves fall and it gives a little bit more light. We'll see how it goes. If it does better, we'll leave it over here. If it doesn't do as well as the one we have in the garden, then we're just gonna have to leave it in the garden. But the kale so far is doing great. We harvested it once. We should be able to harvest it again very soon. And then in between over there, I put a few leaf seedlings that came out late here, but those ones are because they came out late. You can see. But if we can harvest it once, there's not a lot of sunlight over here. If we can harvest it once, then that's fine. But that is it for this side of the garden. Let me show you guys the last section of the garden over here. So on this raised bed over here, it's mostly supposed to be sweet bitter leaf, but we have a few things going. See, we planted some pumpkins over here. So these pumpkins are climbing the wall. That's the goal. We planted them there so that they can climb the wall. If you're liking the live or liking the video, please tap the screen, hit the like button. Thank you guys so much. And then so the pumpkins are climbing the wall, and then in the front of it we have sweet bitter leaf. You can see the sweet bitter leaf. We have some garden egg over here, have some tomatoes over here. See the tomatoes, and then we have some flowers over here. So planting the pumpkin on the wall over there, climbing that's vertically, at least you use less space on the garden bed, so we're able to grow other stuff on the garden bed. So we've harvested quite a few sweet bitter leaf on this bed. We have a few other things like garden egg over here. We have the sweet bitter leaf. Some of these are ready to be harvested. You can see how they are doing over here. See that? And we have some pumpkins over here. So the pumpkin is also doing well, and some tomatoes over here also. So over here on this containers over here, we are growing. These containers over here, we are growing sweet bitter leaf. You can see I'm growing the sweet bitter leaf in this container. This is a rain barrel I had a few years ago, and it started leaking. So I just cut it into two. That's the other half over here. So I just cut it into two. I'm growing sweet bitter leaf on this one. I'm growing anchia on this one. Look at the anchia. Anchia is doing well. And then we have our strawberry tower over here. Another strawberry tower with crates over here. Strawberry over here. And then over here we have sweet bitter leaf in this raised bed, but we have some green coming up by itself. If you guys saw my video on the green, this is just green vegetable, came out by itself. We harvested it a couple of days ago. We harvested it. Same with this one. Look at the giant green It just came out by itself. We planted it in the garden about 6, 7 years ago. Every year, the seeds that drop from the previous year come out, so we don't have to worry about it. It comes out by itself. Then over here in this container, we're growing sweet bitter leaf. And the sweet bitter leaf, we harvested it about a week or a week and a half ago. You can see more of it is coming out. When you harvest it, you get more shoots coming out from the leaf joints like that. And they're all doing well. So that is the garden. What do you guys think about the garden? Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Like, comment, save, share, and follow for more videos like this. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. See you guys later on. Thank you guys so much. Good, happy growing, everybody.